Spurs, Gregg Popovich has been, synonymous with great basketball, great coaching. We talk about coaching. We talk about someone who Gregg Popovich has taken under his wing. We have Becky Hammon, who not only did a fantastic job assistant coach for the San Antonio Spurs, but took their summer league team all the way to the championship. Mark, I've been having a lot of conversation with you about this young lady. Where's the future with Becky Hammon? Because I think she's ready to break some new ground.
To be honest, I mean, executives are talking about her being shortlisted for jobs. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of jobs. There's 30 head coaching jobs, but they're saying she could be picked up as early as this year or next year. She's that good. More importantly, Gregg Popovich opened up a door for her, an opportunity, in probably one of the most forward-thinking leagues and franchises in professional sports. He wants talented people, period. He wants a talented culture. So to bring Becky Hammon, for me, it was no shock that he did this. But really, he's just speaking, he spoke really from the heart, saying, we're trying to be a progressive part of America, trying to make an opportunity for anyone in any, race, creed, sexual orientation, whatnot. He just wants the best people around, and this is just a great example of that.
Oh, absolutely. And, they fostered between their GM, their coach, their system, just one system that just grows players from, like players like Kawhi Leonard. Like when he was drafted and traded, people didn't think he'd be this good. That culture does build. Now, Dwight, Mark spoke about, some GMs quietly saying they may consider her. Mm-hmm. Do you think that there would be a potential backlash, or do you think people would be open towards this? Talent is talent, and you just go.
Put it this way, and I respect the Spurs organization to the nth degree, as you guys know. If Becky Hammon wasn't qualified, do you truly believe that the Spurs owner Peter Holt, the GM R.C. Buford, or the head coach Gregg Popovich would have Becky Hammon on their staff? That's my point in this whole conversation we're having here. Becky Hammon is not a gimmick. She knows what she's doing. She's passionate about her job. Here's a woman who wasn't highly recruited, went to school in North Dakota, wasn't drafted in the WNBA, became a perennial all-star in the WNBA, probably will end up in the Basketball Hall of Fame one day, because she's always been told that she can't. This next phase of her life in terms of coaching is just another step in her being once again told that she can't. She's good, she's qualified, forget that she's a woman. If you watched the Summer League like I did intently, she had command and respect of the huddles that she had during timeouts. And put it in perspective, you're at a Summer League, right, as an individual player. What are you going there mostly to do? You're trying to impress not only the team that you're playing for, but the other GMs. So you have a tendency to want to stand out individually. But true to the Spurs form, if you watched all the games, the Spurs were one of the few, if not the only teams that actually ran an offense. They got it done because they played together. It was no shock that the Spurs won the championship, albeit in the Summer League, that they won the championship. And who was the leader? It was Becky Hammon. She was a leader of men. And this whole talk about how can she command the locker room, well, she's been in the locker room the whole year. She's been an assistant coach of the San Antonio Spurs already. So her being in the locker room with a bunch of men, that's hogwash. She gets the job done. She commands the huddle. She knows what she's talking about. She knows how to get guys to play together as a team. And she is not afraid to get in anyone's face and tell them when they're messing up. That's what impressed me the most about her. I don't think it's a matter of if. It's a matter of when Becky Hammon gets a job, and it has to be an organization now that is strong at the top and has a great culture. And talking about 2015, it wouldn't behoove the Philadelphia 76ers or the Sacramento Kings to hire Becky Hammon at this point, but an organization that is strong like the San Antonio Spurs, and I put it out there already, Gregg Popovich's contract ends in 5 years. Don't be surprised if she's the one being groomed to be the next head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. It's coming. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Becky Hammon will be the first female coach in the National Basketball Association.
Well, that's a fantastic point, and I was just bringing up the point because there'll always be haters when it comes
absolutely.
to this, and we just want to touch on every point as we always do.
And chauvinists.
Exactly, as we do on hoopside.com, we cover all sides. Now, Marc, I know you've watched some games, you've watched some tape, you've watched some huddles. What impresses you?
Like Dwight said, the command she has the room. Tim Duncan was asked last year. I mean, talking about injuries earlier, like just because she tore her ACL, she had the opportunity to basically intern with them for a year. So that basically opened up a window of opportunity for her. Tim Duncan was asked last year what it was like to have her involved as part of the organization. She said, kind of off the cuff, well, I kind of shower more. Otherwise, she's just one of the coaches. She's just part of what we do. Like I said, what impresses me most is that she has the command of the room, and that's the most important thing in team sports. She has command of the room. She has respect from every guy in there. I think they just see her as a coach, to be honest, and that's the way it should be. Like going back to Jason Collins, Jerome Junkyard Dog. We asked him a couple of years ago what it was like, to have an openly gay player in the league. It's like talent's talent. The guy can put the ball in the hoop. I'm gonna want to play with him. It's the same scenario here. I think we're just coming to a point in culture, American culture, world culture, where it's okay to be a woman and be a leader. I mean, that's the bottom line right there.
Exactly, and success breeds respect, right? But like, there's no better way in any form, in any job, in any social encounter to breed respect than just putting your money where your mouth is and getting it done. And she has gotten that done.
You know what, guys? I can't stress enough. I'm going to say it again. The Summer League is basically a selfish entity.
Yeah.
You're trying to make it to the NBA. God, listen, there's always markets in Europe where you're going to make a lot of money. But ultimately, if you're playing basketball as a young person, you want to get to the best league, the most elite league possible. All these guys want to play in the NBA. And I saw some tweets out there how it's only Summer League and this is not the NBA. I don't think people realize how difficult it is to get a bunch of guys who are trying to be successful individually to play together as a team.
And those players who have never played together in
the first place.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And granted, the Spurs had two players in particular who stood out. Kyle Anderson, who's improved leaps and bounds, basically under the tutelage of Becky Hammon over this past season, and Jonathan Simmons, who's going to be, I think, a rotation player next season for the Spurs at a great summer league. But that being said, she got those men, as you just astutely said, Phil, to play together who have never been playing together, put them together over a 10-day span, got them to run a system, to run an offense the way the Spurs do in the NBA, and won a summer league championship in Las Vegas. And that was all under the leadership of Becky Hammon, a woman. Get used to her name. She's going to be a head coach in the NBA, no question.
Absolutely. Well, this has been a great conversation by Becky Hammon. Talent is talent, respect talent. Speaking of talent, I want to thank Marc and Dwight for joining us for another great episode here. Catch all of our content live, hoopslounge.com. We've redone the site just for you guys. And check it all out, contributors page. I know Marc has a nice little pretty picture up there, so check his little write-up and a lot more. So we'll catch you next week on hoopslounge.com.